All right, I think I'm live. Arbitrary 5-second wait to make sure that this is working. Hello everyone, Steve Gonzo here, physical therapist with Run Smart Online. I want to share with you, yesterday I went live, and if you're interested in this other video, I talked about running shoes. So you can go to our video section and look at the video I posted yesterday about how to transition running shoes. So one of the things I'm talking about today is, again, running shoes. And as you saw, I'm going to give you a reason that you can buy more running shoes. So your spouse might be mad at me, but whatever. There's actually some benefit for you to have multiple pairs of running shoes because it'll help you prevent injuries versus just running in the same shoe from life to death and then just cycling through that. Altering your running shoes allows you to change up your stride, but you got to make sure you highlight or you take note of what I mentioned in this video, because if you don't do this properly and you have multiple pairs of shoes, you will get hurt from doing it. But this is pretty cool. It gives you a reason to have more running shoes and get hurt less, which is all we're after, right? So if you're interested in learning more about some cool stuff and you want me to help you with your running, check out tryrunsmart.com, and you can find some more cool stuff like this. But what I want to talk to you about is this right here. So there's really 4 categories of shoes. I'm going to put it up on the screen in a second. And think of each category as like a cylinder of many shoes fitting in. I never track what type of shoes. One of the big questions everyone asks me is like, should it be an Asics or a New Balance or a Nike or whatever, an Ultra? I don't follow the shoes well, but what I do want to simplify for you is the categories and just show you that if you're going to run in multiple pair of shoes, they have to be something similar. And I'm actually going to show you on my shoe how you could actually test so to make sure that you're not going to ruin this. So let's go through this real quick. These are the 4 categories of shoes. So we have our minimalist, and someone might argue like, hey, there's more types than this. I don't care. I want you guys just to take home the concept. So minimalist shoes, neutral shoes, light stability, and motion control shoes. Each of these, most shoes could fit in one of these 4 categories. And what you have to do in this scenario is you have to live in your category, essentially. So you should, if you're going to have multiple pairs of shoes, again, it's beneficial to do that, but they need to be in the same category. What you can't do is, oh, that's me. You can't jump your category. So if you're running in neutrals, the other shoes that you have shouldn't be living in light stability or motion control. If you're in a light stability shoe, your other shoe shouldn't be a minimalist shoe. So you can have some overlap, but the overlap has to be pretty close. If you are here for one shoe and here for another shoe, what happens is you've lost your consistency in your running and what your body expects. So just think for a minute, when you're running, your body's expecting a specific response. Your foot hits the ground, and over millions upon millions of steps, it knows how the shoe is going to react. It makes the appropriate adjustments, does what it needs to do to get through the running stride. So it learns that, and it learns it with every step that you take. It's subconscious. You won't even know what's happening, like tying your shoes and doing something else. It's a motor program. But when you change your shoes and you go to a different category, what ends up happening is the body's expecting. So let's take it, for example, you're in a neutral shoe, or let's say you're in a motion control shoe. Your foot hits the ground. The body's expecting all that support from your shoe, and whether you need it or not, it's expecting it, and that's what matters the most. And then you go and you change your shoes, and it's a completely different shoe. It's expecting the support, it's not there, it doesn't react well, and it ends up getting you hurt. So go out and buy some more shoes, but keep them in their own categories. I'm going to talk about a couple other things that make a difference here in a second, and then I'm going to show you how to assess your shoes that you have so that you can make this simple. The last thing I want to mention quick before I jump in, and again, if you have any questions or you know someone who wants to buy more running shoes, tag them in the comments so they can get some justification for that. The other thing I want you to do is mind your drop. This is really important because when runners shift around in shoes, so what is drop? Drop is how high the heel sits versus how low the toe is. So they measure that, and traditionally, most of them are like 6, 7, maybe 8 millimeters. They go up to 12 millimeters. You have neutral or minimalist shoes that are 0. They're just flat across the bottom from heel to toe. If you're not minding your drop, let's say you're in a shoe with a 12 millimeter drop, and this sounds complex, don't worry about it, just simplify it. You can find this stuff on Runner's World and wherever you want to search for your shoe. Just know what your drop is so you can live in that category. I like to keep my runners about 1 to 2 millimeters within each other. So if you're like in a 12 millimeter and you go to like a 6, what's going to happen is you're just asking for an Achilles tendonitis. It doesn't matter what your training is. It doesn't matter how good you are with stretching and your strength and all this other stuff. You will just get hurt because you changed your shoes incorrectly. So stay in your lane. I'm going to show you this here in a second. Stay in your cylinder, your category of shoes, and mind your drop. Now, how do you determine your category? Now, before I forget, if you want to learn more awesome stuff to help with your running and training, including strength workouts and training plans and stuff, go to tryrunsmart.com. It's on the screen. Tryrunsmart.com. There's a lot of cool stuff there that you can check out. So here's how you're going to assess your shoe. This is super simple. I'm not a get in the weeds kind of guy. I'm not smart enough for that, so I like to keep things really simple. All you're going to do is you're going to grab your shoe, and you're going to hold it in front of you just like I'm doing. And I like to be in the shoe store doing this, but I'll just bend the toe. So this is the toe break of a shoe. So when you're going to push off, that shoe's going to bend. Some of them are like rigid, like you push up and there's nothing to give there. Remember, your body remembers the toe break of your shoe. If it's not the same, your stride's going to change, you're going to get hurt. So the first thing I do is I look at this, I pick up the shoe that I'm thinking about getting. Does it feel somewhat similar? Is it in the same category? Granted, it is not scientific, but you're just getting a feel for it. Does that feel similar? The next thing I like to do is I like to grab the back of the shoe and the front of the shoe, and I like to wring it in like a rag and just twist the heel one way and the foot the other way and just get a sense of the play from front to back. Some shoes you can wring like a rag, and some shoes you can't even move. Guess what? If you have a shoe that doesn't even move and you get into something even like this that is stiff but not very stiff, you're asking to get hurt. You need to just grab the shoe and feel around for it. So instead of just ordering a bunch of shoes online, go to the local mom and pop store, feel them out and see what they feel like. That will be huge for you when you're testing out your shoes. So again, let me hit it to you real quick. You want to stay in your category. Let me show the picture again. You want to stay in your category. If you're running in neutral shoes here, you should stay in the neutral category. If you're running in a light stability, stay in that category, but mind your drop. If you know these numbers, which is really easy to find, you're good to go. Second thing you need to do, get a feel for how the shoe moves, find something similar. If you can do that, you are gonna not get hurt. You're gonna experience injuries, but you can cut down on the unnecessary crap that gets a lot of runners into my office as a physical therapist. So I hope this helps. If you want to learn more, again, tryrunsmart.com, tryrunsmart.com, and you also tag some runners in the comments if they need some more shoes, or if you want to just justify it to your spouse, you can do that as well. Hope this helps you all, and I'll be looking around the comments to see if you guys have anything else. All right, have a great day. Bye.